Senson Bunsuk. So sadly he had to pull out with a right shoulder injury. Always sad when you see that, but let's wish him well in his recovery, and hopefully he can recover for upcoming tournaments. So there's our results so far. Beowin Zhang of the States, the 12th seed, safely through in her clash against Chloe Birch. Amongst others, Sayaka Sato also safely through in the women's singles as well against Sonia Chair. We just brought you that. So we're just awaiting the walk-on of our next men's singles clash. That'll be between Artem POCHTAROV of the Ukraine against Kento MOMOTA. So proceeding on to our fifth match then, Artem POCHTAROV of the Ukraine takes on Kento MOMOTA of Japan, the 6th seed. Ukrainian leading the way. He's only played 4 events this year. The last 16 showing of the European Championships for Artem. 1.83 m tall, the 25-year-old resides in Krasnov in the Ukraine, and there's his opponent, the man very much talked about, tipped for the title. Can he do what none of his predecessors from Japan has in the 41 years of the Badminton World Championships and win the title? And he's come back after missing 15 months of international badminton. He hit a higher level than previously known for. But, his biggest event since his return, the Badminton Asian Championships 2018 in Wuhan in April. MOMOTA beat 4 top 4 players on the way to the title. Shi Yuqi of China, Chu Tian Chen of Chinese Taipei, and Lee Chong-wei of Malaysia, and Chen Long as well, the Japanese man there. Then spearheaded his country's Thomas Cup challenge and helped Japan all the way into the final. No head-to-head showing between these two, but you'd imagine Kento MOMOTA, the man at the moment, very much talked up for the title, really. Even by Victor Axelsen, is in fine form coming in here. He beat Chen Long once again at the Thomas Cup. Came with an all-win record he came away with from there in Bangkok earlier in the year, including a recent win over the reigning world champion Victor Axelsen. Recent runner-up finish as well at the Malaysian Open to Lee Chong-wei MOMOTA. But he certainly is, there's no doubting it, a very strong contender for a title that no Japanese men's singles player has ever won, Kento MOMOTA. And even Victor Axelsen acknowledged that MOMOTA was the player to beat. I think Kento is #1 right now, he said, prior to coming in here. With what he's shown over the last few months, coming back and beating everyone. However, his opponent today, the 25-year-old, ranked at 80th in the world currently, has been as high as 57th. That was in December 2016. He's only played 4 events this year, which are a little alarming. But he's made the national team since about 6 years ago, 2012, he represented his country for the first time. His opponent, just 23 years of age, and so rich in experience already, so richly talented. One of the best in the world at controlling the play at the net is Kento MOMOTA. So strong with tight net precision and technically sound. Victor Axelsson alluded to that actually in the sort of pre-match press conference prior to the open of play here, and he said that technically and physically he's very, very strong and a complete player. Now that is something coming from the world #1. I haven't spoken to him much, suggested Victor, because we can't communicate, but he seems to be a nice guy. And it certainly is a loaded top half of the draw with Shiyuchi, Chen-Long, Lin Dan. They're all in there. It all depends on the day, the situations and the conditions, suggested Victor Axelsson. So the 6th seed, let's check out the form that he's in against this Ukrainian athlete. We've had a walkover just prior to this. We brought you that Anders Antonsen against Senson Bunsuk of Thailand, coming through in courtesy of a retirement from the tie. The 16th seed Dane is safely through. They're in the section of these two guys. So Antonsen projected to come through the very top of the bottom half to possibly beat MOMOTA should he win a couple more matches. So our 5th offering then on show court 2, day 2 from Nanjing, BWF Total World Championships. What will unfold in this one? The first men's singles for you today.
And on my left, Kento MOMOTA, Japan. Kento MOMOTA to serve, love all, play.
It was a fine backhand cross block, wasn't it, off that rifled smash from POCHTAROV, who must have thought he'd won the point. He hit it so hard. Came back with interest. Well, a rare unforced error after a long, tough rally there. POCHTAROV demonstrating a lot of poise against the man of the moment. He's a big, tall, imposing figure, this man. Can he bully his way through? He's an assured swagger, hasn't he, MOMOTA?
Service fault called, too high. Service over,
doesn't want to be giving away cheapies like that. Called up on serve for the first time in the match, the big, tall, towering Ukrainian. Well, you think you've got him under pressure, but look at the time he has on the shuttle. Kento MOMOTA is so poised and balanced. He can just block these speedy shots back with real precision. muscling his way through there. He liked that one.
Service over.
Well, acquitting himself very well from the off here, POCHTAROV.
Service over. 4-3.
He's had a semi-final showing at the Polish International last year, 3 quarterfinals this year. Lost first round Glasgow this time last year to Zulkifli in 3 games, 53 minutes it was. That is just otherworldly. I don't think POCHTAROV can quite believe that. A wry shake of the head as if to say, where did that come from? Well, he was as high as 2 in the world a couple of years ago in April 2016. He's only lost 3 matches this year, has Kento. 33 wins, only 3 losses. Outstanding. Played 13 tournaments. Oh, that is a fine smash to secure the finish to a great point. How about this? Take a look at this from POCHTAROV. Absolute ripper cross-court smash. This man with ghostly speed around the court as well, but denied there for some telling power from the Ukrainian brute. POCHTAROV taking his time to towel down after that lengthy encounter.
Seven.
Another extraordinary point here. Look at that, spiking that one onto the line. Back-to-back points of extraordinary quality from the Ukrainian man. Can he keep up this insane level? Well, he was hesitant, wasn't he?
8-5.
Right at the body of the big man.
9-5.
Barely breathing. In such good condition. And as Axelsen said, so strong technically and physically as well. He just got an air of nonchalance on the court. It is just such a treat to watch the 7th ranked and 6th seeded Kento MOMOTA here. Look at this. It just plays with such precision. It is, well, mesmerizing. I keep using that word because it really is. And he does so with such seemingly effortless ease. Looking around between points at other courts. But he's got an unbelievable ability just to switch on to the point when he does flick that switch. Formerly 2 in the world, and this man on the scoreboard right up against it. Kento MOMOTA with double the points. 10-5 he leads. The winner of the Asian Champs, runner-up Malaysian Open, winner of the Indonesian Open. Took out Ginting, Sugiarto, Lee Chong-wei, Victor Axelsen, all in straight games. Each in under an hour at that tournament. And that's how he does it. It's just something else. Are you going to challenge or not, says the umpire. Yep, I will do.
11-5, interval.
So, oh, now he wants to call the challenge. It's a bit late, suggests the umpire as the chat continues. But the mid-game interval, it's MOMOTA that leads 11 points to 5. Guess you don't need to say too much to the young Japanese 23-year-old left-hander. What can you say? It's just spellbinding when he's in this kind of mood. A remarkable talent.
Black.
Can POCHTAROV dig deep and bring just a little more here? Just missed. Nice try, though. Plenty of sympathy for the Ukrainian player. It's a thankless, merciless task, taking on MOMOTA. Well, to give you a sense of perspective, Victor Axelsen, who made history in Glasgow last year, the world #1, by becoming the first European in 20 years to claim the men's singles world title. Well, we all know about that when he was asked about this man. Axelsen last beat MOMOTA back in February 2014, over 4 years ago now. And MOMOTA has beaten Victor Axelsen, world #1, 8 times in 9 meetings. He's become a sort of nemesis opponent for Victor. Victor is nothing but heaping praise on the 6th seed here, almost as if to detach and offload some of the media pressure on himself, you sense. Fabulous finish from POCHTAROV.
7-14.
It's gone. Terrific point from the Ukrainian.
14.
He's blowing hard, he's sweating vigorously, but he's doing well out here, acquitting himself well. Still only half the points for MOMOTA, but you know, it's a tough ask. This we've talked of it at length. He's acquitting himself very, very well. Deception from POCHTAROV. Oh, he's missed the smash kill. He's frustrated with himself there, as so he should be.
15.
Wonderful setup to the point just here with the lift away. Missed that one. Has the ability to make the shuttle talk, doesn't he? He just owns the court. The match is played on his terms, despite the buckling, bone-crushing power of this Ukrainian giant. Nicely done. He's got a lot of skills in his kit bag, has POCHTAROV. I've been impressed. Ranked 80th in the world, has been a top 60 player. That was a couple of years ago. Well, of course, we brought you news earlier of the Svensson Bunsuk retirement against Anders Antonsson. So Antonsson through to the third round, having not had to do too much.
Service over. 16, 11.
Beg your pardon, second round, I should say. That was a first round clash, as is this. And of course, there's that many male contestants that none of the seeds received a bye in the men's event. Super spiked straight smash.
12, 17. Service over. 18, 12.
So 6 points between them. It's been a very watchable contest, as we thought it might be. MOMOTA with 7 consecutive points within that 18. Just a little too greedy there. A rare unforced error from Kento MOMOTA. Too cute with that one. Just missed.
Service over.
That's the thing, you feel you've got to force
19,
by hitting hard, close to lines. That's what the Japanese seed makes you do. Just making your court feel like a postage stamp to hit into as an opponent of this man. With his ghostly foot speed and strength around the court. Very high level of power to body weight ratio has the Japanese. Nicely done. Just spreads the court so easily. So 7 game point opportunities then for Kento MOMOTA.
Play. Game.
Nicely done as he swaggers towards the net. He secures the opening game, does the 6th seed, Kento MOMOTA. 21-13. 19 minutes played. Well, they don't say a lot to him, do they? They don't need to. So in control.
Code 2, 20 seconds. Code 2, 20 seconds.
Need plenty of that, you imagine. Sustenance in a very, very physical encounter. He's been pulled and hoiked all over the court, has POCHTAROV. Been a very demanding match physically against this man who's just been masterful with his poise and level of control of the shuttle. Just you never tire of watching him. And there's a nonchalant ease and a lethargy, a majesty about the way that he plies his trade.
Second game, love all, play.
Kento MOMOTA getting us underway, start of game 2.
One, love.
Lithe, sinewy, ripped, greyhound lean. When you look at Kento MOMOTA, you see somebody who looks like a boy in a man's world. Yes, he's only 23. He's very fresh-faced, the left-hander. He is absolutely red-hot material. Box office. But he's up against this man. And when you look at POCHTAROV, you see a big, physically imposing, statuesque athlete who seems laden, broad-shouldered with power. But it just is a reminder of how in badminton, all of that musculature doesn't really necessarily pay dividend.
Service over.
And that's the thing, isn't it? You know, you see this, he's got a lot to carry around the court, the Ukrainian. He's a fine player in his own right, but they're just wanting an out of that point quickly because perhaps he was fatiguing. And of course, that's when the errors mount.
Three, one.
What do you have to do to win a point against Kento MOMOTA? A wry smile breaks out across his face. Let's see it again. What a fine finish this was from POCHTAROV. He's won a few of these long, tough exchanges, but that was awesome.
Quickly. Keep toweling.
Now, perhaps that was just spurned from all of the endeavour in the last point. He just wanted an out again. He was exhausted, having to work so hard. MOMOTA barely breathing, seemingly. Oh, awesome touch.
5-2.
So quick to close down that front third of the court is Kento MOMOTA. He is all over the net with like a rash. He's got the luck of the gods as well. Must be a Japanese net.
6-2.
Look at this. POCHTAROV trying his absolute heart out, but denied by a dead net cord.
Thank you. Artem.
So it's a 4-point advantage that MOMOTA has here, as well as the opening game. He's distracted elsewhere by a bit of hullabaloo on an adjacent court. What else has this man to offer? He's done so well so far, winning a couple of the really big points. Or long points, I should say. Wow. Raw power cutting through the Japanese defense there like a scythe.
Service over. 7-3.
Think what it must be like being the coach of this man. Don't have to offer him too much, but you do have to keep him on an even keel. Focused. Good play from POCHTAROV. Another thunderous, booming smash.
Service over. 4-7. Thank you. Players on court.
So much to admire about this match. It's been really, really watchable, every single point. Very high intensity, terrific accuracy. Well done. Strong arming his way through another point, the Ukrainian. That's a fine point again. Gets it down with a steep angled smash kill. Now this has been the issue, hasn't it? Can he back up some of that good work in the point prior? Oh, stop it! Where did that come from? Nobody in the arena saw that. And he just walks away as if to say, yeah, and? Desperate to power his way through again. Imbued with frustration, you suggest, that last miss. It's just insistent, isn't it?
Play.
Exhausting to play against.
Interval.
So 11-5, Kento MOMOTA heads to the turn in the driving seat, as he normally is of late.
Когда ты поднял темп игры плоско, он тебя, ты его перебросил, он тебя перебросил, ты нормально пробиваешь опять, ты что-то резко, и потом убиваешь центр. Нормально сейчас это пошло. Понимаешь? Поэтому ты видишь, поднять темп, чтобы не ты поднял.
20 seconds. Coach, you can see your chair. Players on court.
Absolute superstar back home, there's no denying that. He'll have a massive following in Japan. Superstardom status is idol.
11-5. Play.
Well, Artem POCHTAROV engineered 13 points in game one. Can he build from here? Just a whole army of media swarming around the left side of the court to Momota's right. Oh, it is magical
13.
to watch that kind of badminton. Well,
Artem challengers called in.
There was no call. Lines judge had his hands down, so Artem POCHTAROV has challenged. MOMOTA, I think, knows this is in. I think it's plumb on. So the buttons have been pressed, Hawkeye activated, and we're just waiting to go upstairs and listen out for the beating heart. Here we go. No beating heart, but MOMOTA still with his heart beating. After that, straight down the line and on the line.
13-5.
Scoreboard just keeps on turning for this richly talented left-hander. tough to wrestle the advantage off of him, so steady. Well done, powering through again.
Service over. 6, 13. Service over. 14, 6.
Just so refreshing to watch this young 23-year-old ply his trade, because it's just so full of guile, guise, subtlety, deception, poise, balance. He's got the lot. Nice try.
15, 6.
I haven't seen the shuttle change too much in this match. POCHTAROV fighting hard for everything that he can get on the scoreboard right now. Good leave, very good leave, only just wide.
Service
No
over.
challenge from the Japanese.
7, 15. 7, 15. Play.
Brilliant.
Service over. 16, 7.
Closing in on his first win here, you sense, in Nanjing. Kento MOMOTA.
From Austria, and from Turkey,
No, too greedy with that one. He knows it.
8.
Very few athletes in the world make a game look this easy. Roger Federer in tennis is the equivalent. Lin Dan in badminton, I guess same kind of ilk. Lin Dan, of course, 5 times world champion in this event, vying for his 6th. Wow. That's all you can say.
17, 8. Artem. Don't feel stressed.
Well, I bet in anticipation of this one, this boy was pasta loading last night for his dinner. Plenty of water on board as well. He's been sweating profusely throughout, as has MOMOTA, actually. Well played.
Service over. 9.
Plenty of
17.
positives to take away from this, the Ukrainians. He's acquitted himself really well. If he can get to double figures in this game, I think that's an excellent showing of a man who's arguably playing the finest badminton in the world right now. Court needs
18, 9.
mopping, suggests MOMOTA. Just gives a chance for the players to grab a quick breather. He doesn't need it as much as his opponent, you'd imagine, who's been running left, right, round in circles, covering so much of the court. Such is the accuracy of Kento MOMOTA. Three points away from victory here then. the 6th seed. Outdone
Service over.
in a tight net exchange.
10,
Don't see that too often.
18.
He wants it back. Lovely tight net shot from POCHTAROV.
18.
And he's still afloat. Well done, dispatched with authority.
Service over. 19. 11.
It looks academic, doesn't it? It looks like, you know, he's kind of going through the motions at some stages. That's how easy he makes this game look. And that's no disrespecting his opponent either. He's very respectful in that regard, and that we love. It's gone wide again there.
Service over. 12. 19.
Well done.
Service over. 20. Match point.
Well, once he gets to the net, there's no denying him. He has 8 match point opportunities here, does Kento MOMOTA. And he only needs one of them. Kento MOMOTA from Japan, the 6th seed, safely through. Majestic MOMOTA, 21-13, 21-12 inside 40 minutes played. What a showing in his opening round here. Kento MOMOTA, quite sublime. Well, the former world #2 was just spellbinding on several points there, and that match point was just a little synopsis of how good he was today. And to think that this is his first match, and arguably he'll only get better. Quite special, a real treat to watch. So MOMOTA safely through then at the expense of 25 hard-earned points from POCHTAROV. But a good showing from the Ukrainian. Plenty of positive takeaways for him. MOMOTA safe to round 2.